Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nohemy, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to build new habits. So I'm going to show you how I build new habits, and I'm also going to show you a way to build new habits that they mention in the book Atomic Habits. Now, I first listened to this book on Audible, and I loved it so much so that I went ahead and bought it, and I'm reading it for the second time. Now, at the end of this video, I'm actually going to go ahead and share 3 habits with you that I'm working on building for the month of September, and I would love it if you commented down below and let me know what habits you're working on right now. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right in. So the way that I build new habits is by setting alarms. Anytime I want to adopt a new habit, I set an alarm for it. On your phone, you can set an alarm, you can change the name of the alarm, you can set the frequency, and you can also change the sound of the alarm so that's not annoying. And so that's exactly what I do. For any habit that I want to adopt, I set an alarm for it. I name the alarm whatever the habit is that I want to do. I make sure I do it at a certain time. I set the frequency for how often I want to do the habit, and then I change the sound so that I don't confuse it with any of my other alarms. And so that's how I build new habits. I usually have this alarm for anywhere for 2 to 3 weeks until it becomes automatic, where I don't need the alarm anymore, where I'm actually doing the habit before the alarm even goes off. So that's how I build new habits. Now, the way that they mention in the book Atomic Habits, it's a 4-step method where you need to have a cue, a craving, a response, and then a reward. And I'm going to show you how it kind of ties into the way that I use as far as the alarms are concerned. So cue is anything that triggers a behavior, and whatever triggers a behavior, obviously followed by that is a craving to do whatever was triggered. And then the response is you doing whatever was triggered and whatever you're craving. And the reward is you adopting that habit, having that become automatic. So for me, for example, the alarm is the cue. The alarm triggers me to do a behavior. Like, it makes me aware, like, oh, hey, it's time for me to do this habit. So the craving is me wanting to do the habit. The response, I'm actually doing the habit. And the reward is me building that habit, making it automatic. So they both kind of, are the same idea, just, different methods. Now, 3 habits that I'm working on for the month of September is waking up 15 minutes earlier. So I'm not trying to wake up early. I already wake up early. I wake up at 5 a.m. every single day, even on the weekends. And so I want to wake up 15 minutes earlier. And the reason for that is because I found myself kind of marinating in bed. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever, hit the snooze button and just laid in bed a little bit longer, and that kind of just extended to a longer period of time than you thought it was. So that's happened recently to me. And yeah, I would just hit the snooze button, and for whatever reason, just this voice would come in my mind, and I'd be negotiating like, oh, you don't really need to wake up at this time. Whatever you want to do right now, you can put off and do later. You can stay in bed. And so me, having that, 15-20 minutes to marinate, kind of, took up most of the time that I use for my morning routine. So I wake up at 5 a.m. and I have an hour where I do my morning routine, and then at 6, I'm in the gym doing my workout. Well, if I marinated in bed for about 15-20 minutes, then I don't have a full hour to do my morning routine. And so then I felt rushed doing my morning routine on the days that I marinated. And so I was like, how can I fix this? And so I want to wake up 15 minutes earlier to compensate for, if and when I marinate in bed, because I'll still have that full hour to do my morning routine. So that's one of my goals for the month of September, is waking up 15 minutes earlier. And so the way that I'm doing this is I've set my alarm 15 minutes earlier. So instead of waking up at 5 o'clock, I'm waking up at 4:45. And instead of having my alarm on my nightstand, I actually have my alarm or my phone in my bathroom. And your bathroom, usually has an echo to it. So I physically have to get up out of bed to go get my phone and turn off the alarm. And so that's more likely that I'll get up at 4:45 rather than staying in bed. So that is one of my goals for the month of September, is to wake up 15 minutes earlier. Another goal that I have is to do what I call is a next day prep. So I like to prep for the next day the night before. And I was doing this actually for quite a while, and I don't know what it was. I think I had a couple of nights where I was working late and I kind of fell out of the routine. So I kind of want to adopt this habit again that I kind of let go to the wayside. And so one way I do this is I have an alarm that goes off roughly like around 8 to 8:30, the alarm goes off, and that's how I know that, okay, it's time for me to wind down. Let me start getting ready for the next day. And ways that I get ready for the next day, for example, is I set out my workout clothes the night before, so that in the morning, you know, I don't have to try to figure out what I'm wearing, or I don't have to negotiate whether I'm going to work out or not. Like, you know, it's a fact. Hey, your clothes are laid out, let's go to the gym. So I pick out my clothes the night before. You know, I work from home, so I make sure that, you know, everything that I'm working on the next day is ready for me on my desk here in my office. So I just prep for the next day the night before. Another way that I prep for the night before is, you know, I have my supplements already in my shaker bottle in my kitchen. All I have to do is add water and then go to the gym, which I have a gym in my garage. I converted my garage into a gym. Sometimes I do use the gym here in my community, but for the most part, I'm just walking into my gym. But yeah, so that is the second goal that I want to adopt for the month of September. And the last goal is that I want to start reading before bed. So I got into the habit of scrolling on social media and watching movies right before bed. And whatever I was watching or reading or looking at, you know, I would have dreams about that night. And so I realized that maybe social media and watching movies and shows probably isn't the best thing I could be doing with my time right before bed, because I'm gonna keep having these crazy dreams. And so I want to read before bed, and kind of using the examples that they mentioned in the book Atomic Habits, my cue, I actually have my book that I'm reading, which is Atomic Habits right now. I'm actually reading the book again. I have it on my bed. Sorry guys, my camera overheated. So before we got rudely interrupted, what I was saying is that I'm currently reading the book Atomic Habits, and using the method mentioned in the book, the cue that I have is I actually have the book laying on my bed. So in order to get into bed, I have to pick up the book and then I can pull my sheets back. And so the cue, what triggers my behavior, is me picking up the book. That gives me the craving to read. And then my response is that I start reading, and my reward is that I'm becoming a reader right before bed, which is the goal. It's the habit that I want to build, is reading before bed. So cue, craving, response, and reward. So the cue, the book being on my bed, having to pick it up, gives me that craving to read. The response is that I read, and the reward is that I'm becoming a reader. And so yeah, so that is going to be a wrap for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful in how to build new habits. Comment down below and let me know what habits you're building for the month of September. And don't forget to like this video by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload videos every Sunday and Thursday. Until next time, bye guys.